Putin versus NATO, gas versus electric, Will versus Chris. There's no shortage of controversial topics today, but perhaps the most controversial is the evergreen debate over what is a guitar riff and what is a lick. This ends now. Please note before we begin that everything I say in this video, somebody is likely to contest as utter nonsense, but this is my understanding of the matter. Basically, I think of the guitar as an alphabet where a note is a letter, a lick is comprised of notes, and a riff is comprised of licks. So a lick is a combination of notes that are put together in a certain way to create building blocks, and a riff is a combination of licks that are arranged in a repeating pattern that basically create the hook or the catch or the angle of a song. If I asked you to think of a slash riff right now, chances are you're thinking of the Sweet Child intro. If I ask you to think of a Hendrix riff right now, chances are you're either thinking of the intro to Purple Haze, or you might be thinking of in Foxy Lady where there's a lick at the opening, which is basically an extended vibrato on an F sharp note, but then it kicks into the riff of the song, which interestingly in that song, it actually serves as, instead of a chord progression behind the verses, which is a cool way of using a riff. Another way of thinking of this is by putting my drummer's hat on, where I think of a riff as like an ostinato. That's the repeating pattern that a drummer will use throughout a song that serves as its driving rhythmic force. And then licks would basically be drum fills that are added here and there for color and flavor. Or, as our friend Professor Wilde likes to put it,
a riff is the a lick would be
So now let's take a look at a few examples of riffs and licks in action. Riff. Lick. Riff. Series of licks. Riff. Lick. Riff. Series of licks. So that's my understanding of riffs versus licks. I don't know if this has been helpful in any way, but I've been seeing a lot of conversation around this topic on the internet. And I just feel like anything we can do to try to come up with a common language among musicians is helpful in many ways. So I hope that this was helpful. And thanks for coming by. We'll see you again on Strange Device.